Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of MotoGP 22 career mode. Now in today's episode we are off to Ring. We have 1 week. We're going to just advance and see what the weather is like. We have a Friday with a bit of rain. We're going to have a dry Saturday and Sunday, thankfully. Currently I do not have any upgrades to the bike that I can put on. I still have a 3-week wait until I get my next engine upgrade. That will be a big one. Hopefully we have 2 chassis ones left. And that'll be pretty much it for this season, but we're still pretty slow compared to the AI, so we're struggling out. So I'm going to really look to hopefully get them on. I'm also looking at contracts for Moto2. Currently, I don't really have anything. So RW Racing, MV Augusta, in the midst of Honda A Team Asia. I obviously won't sign for this because this team signs only Asian riders. As obviously I'm not Asian, I'm not going to sign for it. Keep it realistic. Tag American Racing, again, they look for the Americans, so 2 of these teams instantly ruled out. RW are kind of more of a European team, like for example they have Barry Baltus and Zonta van der Holberg, so I won't really be signing for either of them. So that only leaves the MV at the moment, which are a pretty average team, so we're going to hopefully wait to get a better ride in Moto 2. So we're going to have to really pick up our performances in this round in Finland to get some extra reputation and hopefully get some offers from some decent Moto 2 teams. But anyway, I'm going to jump into it now. I'll catch you at the end of free practice. Wish me luck. So as you can see, I am seconds quicker here in Ring, which is a bit of an odd one. The AI are slow. I feel okay. I actually don't feel too bad with the bike, but the AI are just pretty slow. So it looks like it's going to be one of those weekends, Portimao Le Mans, where I win more than likely just because the AI are slow. They look to even be slow on track as well, which is worrying because I managed to pass and catch riders on my laps in practice, but I'm in the 53s. The other fastest people are in the low 56s. That's 2.5 seconds off. So it should be an easy pole position. We'll see for the race if they manage to pull something out. But for now, this should be a big weekend for points for me. So let's jump into qualifying. Right then, we're out first as always. Saw soft. Power 3. Nearly invalidated already. Down into 1 we come. It's a bit of an odd track, this. Not really something I like. I don't really like this track that much. We already have some sort of traffic in front of us, which is not ideal. It's on shoot. Some sort of marker to aim for, but we should pretty easily get pole here. Again, we're going to gain so much time into this right hander here on the brakes because the AI brakes so early compared to me. Just like that, right up to the back of him almost. So now he's going to be in front of us for the twisty bit, so he might cost us a bit of time. It will be weird in the race now if they can get ahead of me because it'll be very flowing track and the AI like to barge their way through on tracks like this. So for me, pole and get away is the objective. But that's pretty much the race objective in every track, so it doesn't mean I'm going to be able to do it. We are catching Anshu in a pretty awful position. Oh, he's just parking it. I have to try and pass him into this left hander here. I'm going to go to the outside. Around the outside. Oh, front on the move. Hopefully he didn't fight back. The final corner we come. And that is a lap of Ring. Is it going to be enough for pole? 53.6. That is definitely a pole position. So it is the top 2 in the championship in 1 and 2 in the reverse order. I am P2 in the championship and I got pole by 3.3 seconds. So on paper I should absolutely walk away with this result. But the race is not on paper, so it's going to be... I'm still going to be pretty nervous about this because it's a big chance to take points off of Hodja and everyone else in the championship. But this track is quite tricky and it's very, very easy to make a mistake at, so going to give it our best shot to win, but I am still a bit hesitant if it is in the bag yet. So we have serious pace over our nearest rivals by the look of it. We have massive gaps all over the field. There's a lot more hard tires than I expected. Medium is what's recommended, and that's what I used in a slightly cloudy practice on Friday. But overall, I feel like I should have the pace really to win this one easily. But let's see what the AI can do. I wouldn't be surprised if they can find some way to knock me off my perch. Here we go. Again, we're king of the starts. Oh, turn 1 comes at you really quickly from the grid. The goal, as always, get a bit of a gap. Don't give DI any chance to get in front. Really long shot myself onto the straight there. Great run, look at that. Already pronounced a second over the rider behind. As well as we are strong into this braking zone, so we need to really capitalise on our extra pace today and hopefully take 25 points. First little 2 laps are going to be qualifying laps for me. I'm just going to risk it all and just hope I can get through them cleanly. Build at least 2 seconds and then I can just manage my pace, keep an eye on the tyres, the fuel, and hopefully bring home 25 points at a track I would have said before we came here I would have struggled at. I was not looking forward to this one. For some reason the eye look a lot slower than they should be. I don't believe that I'm that quick. I just believe the eye are having a mare. There's a crash further back. It's not one of the top 8, I don't believe. But if we can take 5 points off of Fadja at least here, that will bring the points down to 12, and then that's doable as we get to the midpoint of the season. Silverstone next. The closest race I get to home race. Silverstone's closest track to Ireland. And a track I'm pretty decent at, I do like it. It's a really aggressive, fast flooring track, but I believe the eye will be a lot quicker there. The end of lap 1 here. And it looks to be about 2.2 seconds lead. Getting a wheel in all out of the last corner on this little Moto3 250cc bike. We are absolutely storming away. 1 more push lap and then we're going into Jorge Lorenzo knock the laps off 1 by 1 mode. Quite strange how they have some serious ups and downs. I think back to Le Mans is very similar. We have a 7 lap race here, so not one of the longest ones of the season. I must say the bike has worked pretty well all weekend. That tyre looks pretty alarming for the opening lap, I'm not going to lie. That'll be something we'll have to keep an eye on. As well, you may have remembered in Le Mans, they did start coming back at me towards the end of the race. So even if I pull 4, 5, 6 seconds out, they might start to pull it back towards the end. So this race mightn't be over and out yet. I might have a bit of defending to do later in the race. So it's critical to keep the tyres as pristine as I can. Touch 1 to start 2 there. It's up over 3 seconds now. Probably about 4 by the line. We're usually pretty quick through this little sector here. I must say I am enjoying riding this track a bit more on this game for some reason. On these little bikes. I don't like them on the bigger bikes. It is one of those tracks that I just don't think has flow for a big MotoGP bike. It's a bit tight and twisty. Can't really use the power. It's awkward. They're not really designed for this sort of track. But on a little 250 single cylinder, it is a little bit of fun. Up the line, it's going to be 3.7, 55.2, so our race pace is way off. We're not anywhere near the limit. But yeah, let's see what I'm going to do for the next few laps. I'm going to keep an eye on that gap, and I'll probably catch you in a couple of laps time. So just about to start lap 5 now. My pace has been pretty good. We actually had a huge moment in the penultimate corner on the last lap there. I'll probably have it in the video just without me talking. I cut the curb and I lost the front, so sketchy. I was quite nervous. But I just wanted to say how much I'm enjoying this race. For once I get to just ride my own lines. I get to ride. The bike feels so much better when I don't have to take these awkward weird lines and brakes super late, and Ivan Artola has just crashed out of P7. Also, Dennis Foggia was down in P4 at the last lap, and he's jumped back up to P3. He's gone ahead of Sergio Garcia, but it looks like his teammate Tatsuki Suzuki is taking points off him, which is brilliant for me. Let's hope that Suzuki can come home in P2. The gap's up now at 6 seconds, and I don't think they have any pace to come back at me. So this would be the part of the race you would expect them to start to find speed. As I say that, Foggia is up into P2, so maybe Foggia is starting to click now. We're on a personal best lap time once again. But again, just out front, enjoying myself. I have to admit, I don't really enjoy the races when I'm being dive bombed every corner and I have to scrap it out. Just because it's not very fair on me, because I try to make clean overtakes, they just punt me off the racing line. It gets a bit annoying. Also, their speed advantage on the straight is also annoyance. Oh, a touch deep there, I did miss a downshift. 6.3, so the gap is kind of starting to stick around the same. But with 2 laps left, I'm well in control of this race. Just need to bring this one home now as we start the penultimate lap. Big points in the championship. I know Foggia's back in P2. I'm hoping Tatsuki Suzuki can do me a massive favour and take another few points off him. And the points at the top of the championship will be under 10, which would be ideal. Another yellow flag. Mino Guevara down. Suzuki back to P2, legend. Let's put Sergio Garcia's in 4th still, Daniel Hagato in 5, Carlos Tatai, Mario Aji in P7, shout out to the Indonesian Honda rider man. Oh, bit of a stoppy, couple of stoppies, top rack in a Moto3 bike. Foggia and Suzuki are having a ding-dong battle. Imagine if they take each other out. I believe in the championship. Yellow flag. Oh no, never mind. Just as I says that, yellow flag pops up. I got a bit excited. Tires are looking okay. We're okay on fuel. The gap is starting to level out, so they are starting to pick up their pace as well as my pace. Actually, no, I'm only 3 tenths over my PB on this lap, so I'm not doing that bad of a lap. So they are finding pace towards the end, as they seem to do. Makes it harder for me to win races when they start putting in personal best laps with worn tyres and low fuel. Again, that corner just feels a bit awkward. Front wants to push. That's a corner we had a big moment on a couple laps ago. Final lap time, here we go. We're on for our 3rd victory of the season. This could be a crucial victory as well, as Suzuki is sitting in P2 like I asked him to do. Also as well, the Moto2 teams will have their magnifying glass out and be having a good look at these Moto3 races, so perfect time to find a bit of form. What an exit we got there. Up by half a second. So we're going to use power 3. I'm going to see if I set my fast lap of the race onto this last lap. But also, need to be careful, I can't afford to crash. Look at the gap, it's gone up by so much. Whoa, what is with these stoppies? They're very random. Another crash, Salgato and Alea Bartolini, Kaito Toba. So 3 riders crash out of the top 10. Mariachi up to P6. Carlos Tatai in P5. And it's Sergio Garcia in P2 now. So come on Suzuki, get Foggia off the podium. I don't believe I take the lead of the championship if he gets him off the podium, but it'll be definitely down to about 5 points at the top. Come on Tatsuki. Do me an absolute A. gap on the time screen says it's a bit big though, so I don't know if it's possible. But into the final sector we come for the final time. We have been head and shoulders better than everyone this weekend. And even on this last lap we have time to play with. Beautiful. Fast lap of the race on the last lap. Victory, and Fodge is back into P2. That is not good. Let's hope by the end of this lap a couple of passes have come. Oh!
Let's take a look at the final results of this Moto3 race.
Fodge P4. Championship down to 5 points. That is brilliant. Fodge coming on P4, me getting the victory. I got a big gap now of 30 points. Back to Artigas, Mino, Messia, all of them pretty much now out of this championship. It comes down to between the Irish and the Italian. Honda versus KTM. What a way to go out. This is brilliant racing so far. Fodge dropping a couple of points. I've dropped many points over the season. He hasn't been perfect. He has had crashes and stuff as well. So we've all been kind of misfiring at times. But it's all about who can have the better running now. And we're at the midpoint of the season. We just need to keep putting it on the box. Keep putting it on pole. Keep getting the podiums. And just rack up these points. The main man we need to beat is that guy, Dennis Foggia. What a well-deserved victory. So we've had the pace from Friday, dominated Saturday, and we just walked away with the race. Fortunate enough, all weekends won't be that easy for me, but hopefully now we have a couple of engine upgrades coming, a bit more of a frame upgrade. The bike felt amazing there, but that was also because I had no one to pass. So we have 5 contract offers by the look of it. It's 1 factory team, 4 new teams, which is not really good. I don't like signing for these because I just don't like their liveries. They look average. And it is Speed Up. Ooh, now would I want to ride a Bosco Scora? Oh, I really like this team's livery. So I'd actually be up for signing for Speed Up. Now I do want your guys' feedback because it's a lot to do with the viewer. I'd like to see who would you like me to sign for. For obviously reason, we're not going to sign with another Moto3 team. We want to move up, hopefully move up as a champion. The teams, like I'm not going to sign for Mooney because they're a Rossi team. Red Bull, Mastercamp, that's another team I won't sign for just because these are like the Honda Asia team. They're specific teams for certain types of riders. So let me know. I don't want to sign for one of the big teams. I would like to make it a bit of a challenge, and I think signing for Speed Up could be a bit of fun. I'm going to actually start negotiations with them. I have 10 weeks left. Let's see what we can do. Again, it'll be a while before I get a contract offer, but let me know in the comments who would you like me to see ideally on next year. I really am a fan of riding something different than a Calyx, being a little different, being on the Bosco Scora. But again, like I said, let me know. I'm sure we can find a middle ground of maybe get a vote going or something like I did for previous Greyhounds. But I'm going to leave it there for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed. A brilliant result for me. Championship has gotten ever so close, and a nice performance. For once the bike felt like it worked and I didn't have to deal with crazy kamikaze AI. But once again, thank you all for tuning into today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.